We're recording. Okay. This is something I wrote for my creative writing class, which I think is hugely stupid. I don't know if the camera's totally in focus. I'm hoping it is, but it's kind of hard to adjust. The camera I bought cost me about $500. The lenses, about $100 each or so, give or take. I've only got two right now. Third one's on the way. So that'll be fun. But those are other subject matters. For the time being, I wrote this, and it's fun for me to read it, so I'm going to read it. I called it, the assignment was to imitate an essay of sorts. It's called This Is Not to Say by Amy Lee Scott. So I wrote mine, and I called Suppose It Never Was. This was supposed to be about my morning breakfast and how the eggs glimmering with grease looked like two golden eyes staring up at me. This was supposed to be about on the bacon setting just beneath the eggs and how sizzling it always lies like an upward smile, gleaming at me playfully and muttering, "Go on, I dare you, eat me." And now that I've been thinking on it, this was supposed to be about why Mama always put them eggs and bacon smiling up and never down, aside the fact it takes more muscles to frown than to smile. Sliding in the kitchen on the soles of our socks, playing like it were the crick in January, me and my brother Thomas slid, jumped, and hurled ourselves across that checkered linoleum floor like a couple of prepubescent missiles, looking to crack open the earth with our thunder. Mama ducking and dodging between us, eagerly dropping them plates down on the table like a ref slams a puck down on the ice just before greasing out like hell to earth, if only to keep out the way. Yeah, this was supposed to be on youth, mine, ours, all of us, and how that smile and that plate reflected youthful naivete, a lot like that mirror now reflects my unshaven moo. Ain't no smile in that bacon, ain't no gleam in them eggs. I take 'em scrambled now, with a tuft of cheese on top, and a small demitasse. That's French for cup of mud. Looking back, it was probably supposed to be about that coffee Pa and Ma drank, dark and fragrant, like an aromatic sock in the face, a beating our parents laid out every morning. Always sitting in the mug, a bitter yellow ceramic thing that said, "Not for children," or would have if it had words. They hung them mugs on a little rack just out of reach. Me and Thomas tried at 'em more times than Annie Peg had husbands. But a lot like Annie Peg, some things just weren't meant to be. Mama would come in and fly off the handle if she caught us climbing on the counter. Pa would strip his belt, unbuckling it, and whip through the air like a bolt of lightning held by the Lord Almighty himself. We learned valuable lessons them days, namely what not to do. Drinking my French cup of coffee, my latte or what have you, swirling that black muck back and forth like waves in the ocean, tide over sand. I suppose this is about how I should have listened before I run off at 18 like a baby stroller rolls into traffic in them crap films people make. Except in them movies, someone always runs out to catch you last minute. In life, no one comes running after. Not the family you left behind because you didn't take kindly to rules under the Lord's roof, which lay just slightly over our house. Not the shit job you quit because it was beneath you like the raggedy poor you see begging on outside streets just up along the malls and other places where people gather to contrast their sad, bony faces with clean, plump grins. Not even the girl you thought you'd love forever, or up until her bare ass was plastered all over town as the horror babbles sitting up on the beast, 7 heads and 10 horns and all, or at least on several websites, you know. Maybe it was supposed to be on the past, sitting in my mind, flickering like a moth getting at the light, coming up on you when you least expect it. Maybe it was a longing for simpler times, times when food smiled, had faces, and so did the moon, before you realized it was a frown made by craterous rocks flying heap dozen at it like since before the dawn of time. Maybe it's what you'd call a Freud thing, not hungering for my mother and spearing my father, or seeing dicks and everything like a spear, but more akin to overcoming the past, surviving those moments like the moon survived, Annie Peg survived, and I survived, up until this moment when I started looking back, twisting my noggin like I'm possessed and spewing out truth, or recollections. Maybe I should quit my complaining before my food grows cold and crinkles up at its edges, as the heat rescinds and the flies come to perch at its edge, rubbing mitts together as if to make terrible puns, most I imagine the likes of excellent. Or God knows what they're thinking. Or maybe I should just stop thinking, let it all go, and grow the fuck up. Alright, that's all I have for now. I hope you enjoy. I hope it turned out. Until next time. Goodbye.